Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, this month actually marks the end of Asian American Pacific Islander Month, and it actually means we want to celebrate right here at Local 3 News with all of you guys at home. We mentioned earlier that some of us here at Local 3 News are actually Asian American ourselves. Myself and then also Emma, she's a production member here. We're both Asian American adoptees. So first off, that's a picture of me right there with my little sister growing up. I was adopted from South Korea when I was 3 months old, and then that's me with my mom right there. As you can see, we don't actually look very similar, but nowadays, you know, still a fantastic family. And then also Emma, that is her right there. She was adopted from China when she was actually only 5 years old. So we were both incredibly proud of the countries that we come from, and we're saying that, you know, we grew up learning and tasting so many parts of Chinese and Korean culture. So we wanted to give you guys at home a bit of a debrief of what we got to learn and grow up with, and show some of the foods we grew up with as well. And so we have Clay and Cornelia here in the studio with us to talk a little bit more about Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Hi guys.
Hi.
Hello.
It smells really good.
It smells
so good.
Yes, fantastic. And the thing about, you know, Asian American food, whatever culture it might be, it's so good. So we want to give you guys a bit of a taste right here. So I brought in a little bit of Korean food right here. We have some chopsticks here for each of you guys that Emma brought in. They're actually authentic chopsticks that she gets to use at home herself. So
thanks, Emma.
Here's your case.
All
and
right.
I feel like with people at home, a lot of people will always ask me, they'll say, you know, how do you use them? What do you do? So.
Yes.
Here's what I learned. I actually went to an Asian American Korean adoptee camp every summer to learn Korean culture when I was a kid. So I was always taught you hold one like it's a pen, okay? And then you put the other one in your finger, and then you are able to essentially put them together. Little shortcut for you guys.
You just taught me how to use chopsticks.
Yeah, so a fun little trick for you guys. And so right here, first off, let's talk about the Korean food we have here on the table. So first off, we have what is called mandu. Essentially, you know, you've heard of dumplings, right?
Yes.
In different cultures, but depending on the country, there's different forms of dumplings from each country. So this is the Korean version. They're all stuck together. This is a dumpling from essentially, and you can either boil them, steam them, or fry them. We have fried dumpling mandu right here. So take a bite, you guys. I want you to be able to try a little bit.
Does it go in this sauce?
You can dip it in the sauce if you would like to, but it's very savory, very delicious, and really, really good. So this is what we usually use almost as like the appetizer before you start eating your Korean meal as well. But the cool thing about Korean culture is you also get a bunch of little dishes as well. They usually bring you about 4 to 5 different almost bowls or entrees. So right there, that's some kimchi. We have some bean sprouts right there, and it's all usually vegetables.
So good.
So it tastes very healthy as well. But now this is the main part I want to get to. We love a good steak, a good rib, you know. This is a Korean version of that. So this right here is actually called bulgogi. It's a Korean marinated beef, and what they do is they actually take the most tender part of the beef actually, and they make it into a marinated thing. So I actually had to make bulgogi when I went to my Korean adoptee camp every year. And the thing about that is when you make the bulgogi, you have to really soak it overnight to really get that flavor. So go ahead and take a taste. I had some last night when I picked this up, and it's it is delicious, very savory, very, you know, flavorful as well. So yeah, that's kind of part of the Korean culture that I've gotten to grow up with, being a Korean adoptee as well. And then Emma also was fantastic for bringing in some Chinese food as well that she got to grow up when she was a kid as well. So this right here is actually, I'm just gonna use a spoon to get this right here. We have a Chinese chicken and beef lo mein, you know, and obviously there's so many different places that serve lo mein, but she got the real deal right here, you guys. So I'm gonna try and get this on your plate, Cornelia, without dropping it. But again, you know, I think, you know, what we really want to highlight is that there's so many different kinds of Asian American food and Asian culture here, but they really do come from different countries, you know, and different different kind of backgrounds as well.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to kind of see that all come here. Clay, you're but yeah, and so this is also kind of just what we get to eat and what a lot of Asian American adoptees or just Asian American people in general get to eat as well. So I want to know what you guys think so far.
I'm loving it. It's
Yeah.
delicious. And as you saw Clay's face, I think he loves it too.
I mean, yeah. Do I even need to say anything? It's really good. I love the what do you call the dumplings again?
This mandu.
The mandu.
Mandu,
There we
yeah. So actually, when I was in my Korean adoptee camp every year too, we got to grow up making mandu every year as well. And
Oh,
it's
that's
actually
amazing.
a very simple little thing. You kind of mix together vegetables, whatever you want inside the mandu. Can be vegetables, beef, chicken, whatever. And you just kind of like fold it. You make a little kind of circular, almost bread in a
Okay.
sense, and you fold it over, pinch it together, and then you either boil it, or you steam it, or you fry it.
Wow.
Yeah, so you could probably do it at home with an air fry.
That's what I was going to say. I'm like, can you just show me how to do that at
Yeah,
home?
so, again, definitely a lot of really cool cultures. And then the final thing we have for you here is actually a Japanese dessert, but it's very popular across a lot of different Asian cultures as well. This right here is called Pocky, and as you can see, we have a few different flavors. We have chocolate, we have cookies and cream, and also strawberry. My favorite's the chocolate, so I'm making you guys try the chocolate right here, but I'm gonna give you each a stick right here. And as you can see, it's literally just a little stick with some chocolate on it. It's very popular in Japan, but now people in Korea, China, they all love this as well as an easy little dessert, and it's not too heavy either. It's just a little thing to munch on.
Just a little snack.
Yeah.
So
What do you
good.
think?
Really good. I want to try the cookies and cream. I've been eyeing it all day, so
And you can find Pocky. So what's great is that when it comes to making mandu or bulgogi or kind of lo mein even, you kind of have to really look for a good Asian market to find those good ingredients. But
Yeah.
Pocky, I got this right at Walmart yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yep. So easy little snack to get. You can keep it in your desk if you want during your morning shift.
I'm gonna take that from you.
Yeah. But again, we just wanted to highlight the Asian American Pacific Islander community, the culture, and there's so many more countries that have such fantastic foods behind them. So we hope that this month, all of you at home will go ahead and try some of this yourself. Maybe go to a local restaurant or head somewhere and celebrate before the month of May comes to an end.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the mandu, the bulgogi.
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 Bulgogi,
You're
yeah.
close. You were close.
I tried.
The lo mein, I think, is my favorite. I've had that before at restaurants and
Yes.
delicious. Thank you, Emma.
Of
I will
course.
take that entire bowl home with me.
And we have the fortune cookies as well.
All right.
Oh,
yep,
we
a
have to
whole-
open them, yes.
Yes. Okay. So we'll read our fortunes over the break, but don't go anywhere. We also have some more top stories coming up just after this. So stick with us. We'll be right back.